When she said you ran her over with the vehicle, she said she was dishonest with the police and said, I don't remember what happened. She says you punched her several times in the face and choked her, that you ran her over with a car before. Why are you violent? What's going on with you? All right, why are you violent? What's going on with you?
At the time, I was not in a very good mental state. I was in an abusive relationship. Things just got out of hand.
Abusive relationship with who?
With the Stacey Reyes, ma'am.
All right, she said you tried to run her over in the police report, which you stipulated to this. She says that you ran her over with a car before. And according to this, she went out, she got promoted at work, she didn't come home, she decided to celebrate with whomever she decided to celebrate with, and then she's saying you choked her and beat her up. So again, what's wrong with you?
Ma'am, at the time, we have been together for 15 years before that, off and on relationship. We had a lot of issues.
So why don't you just leave?
I have-
After, according to this, after you ran her over with the vehicle, why didn't you leave? I'm
was
thinking
not
if
in a
you're in a
good-
relationship with somebody and it gets to the point where you're running them over with a vehicle, maybe that relationship should be over.
Yes, ma'am, I agree.
So why didn't you just leave?
I just wasn't in the strong enough headspace to leave. I felt like she was all that I had, and I wasn't in contact with family at all. So I stayed, and things just got worse.
All right, but according to this, you're the one who's beating her up, not the other way around.
I'm the only one that got the cops called on me.
Well, when she said you ran her over with the vehicle, she said she was dishonest with the police and said, I don't remember what happened.
But I'm just saying, I never called the police on her. I could have several times, but I chose not to. So there is no record of that, unfortunately.
So for this, when this happened, they don't mention that you have any scratches on you. It's just she's the one who got beat up and choked out. So,
Yes, ma'am. And
so
that
obviously
night,
you can choke her out because you did.
yes, ma'am. That night, she did also put her hands on me, but I'm stronger than she is. I wasn't harmed as badly as I harmed her.
No, it says here, there was an argument. She says you punched her several times in the face and choked her. And you choked her. They observed petechiae in her left eye from you choking her out. And that she pretended like she was just going to go outside to get some air, and you gave her her phone because you didn't think it could work, and her phone was broken.
Yes, ma'am.
So it appears you have an anger issue. So
Yes,
where is your anger issue coming from, and why do you think that might makes right in relationship? Because that's what's happening here.
The anger was just stemming from all the past history of that relationship. I have worked on myself a lot since then. I'm not denying anything from that night. I know that I did wrong, and I have regretted it since then. Since that night, I never put my hands on her after that because I felt so badly about what I had done.
Are you all still together?
No, ma'am.
All right, because that relationship is over. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do y'all have any children together?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any property in your name
Together?
with her? Yes.
No, ma'am.
All right, so that relationship is over.
Yes.
Do you have any children?
No.
Are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
I work at a nonprofit pet rescue.
Mhm.
I'm a supervisor.
All right. So this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. There's a $1,500 fine that will be probated. This will run concurrent with 633165. That's a misdemeanor case. There's to be an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Stacey Reyes. And if you're doing sober support meetings with that DWI, I know sometimes they tell you as part of your rehabilitation, you have to apologize to people that you've done wrong. You're not allowed to apologize to her. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
No contact. There's going to be proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. regular random UAs. Make sure they test for alcohol. Field visits, 1 time per month for 3 months. The BIPP course. TAP evaluation out of custody. And probation, since she's on probation in the misdemeanor case for a DWI, they may have already done a TAP. If you all, they have not?
No, Your Honor, that plea hasn't been.
Oh, it hasn't been done?
No, Your
Okay.
Honor.
So TAP evaluation out of custody. I'm going to want 90 sober meetings in 90 days. There's a 160 hours of community service restitution. Probation, I know what BIP does, but is there any type, she's saying that she was abused as well. Is there any type of program for her? All right, we'll do trauma assessment. And if trauma assessment requires a class, then I'll waive the 160 hours of community service restitution. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. Relationships are work. People think it's all bed of roses. It is not. Anybody who's been married for a long time, they will tell you it's work. You know, relationships and marriages are not the wedding. It's what comes after. So this is what you need to do. You need to go to one of these stores, get you an orchid. They are beautiful. They have beautiful flowers on it. Make sure you get one that has all the flowers on it and bring it home. And when those flowers fall off, if you're able to get that orchid to rebloom, then maybe you're ready for a relationship. And let me just tell you why I say that. Orchids takes patience. They take time. You get those instructions from the store, and then people tell you, you're not supposed to put ice in orchids, right? But they give you instructions to do that. Orchids don't like to be moved around. Sometimes they're very finicky. They like the sunlight, then they don't like the sunlight. And if you are patient enough to get that orchid to rebloom, then maybe you'll be ready for a relationship. Because guess what? A relationship requires patience. It requires acceptance. And anytime you're thinking about throwing that orchid away, that's like with relationships. Anytime you think about putting your hands on somebody, maybe it's time for you to leave. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. In this court, communication is key. If there's an issue, you need to let your probation officer know. If you feel as though they're not addressing your issue, you can come to court. And if the complainant comes back to you because maybe she wants to rekindle things, you need to call the police, because otherwise you're going to be violation of your probation if you visit her and if you allow her to live with you. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. All right, so this is being recalled, and the reason why it was being recalled because it had to do with the amount of restitution, correct?
That's correct, Judge, and you felt like the paperwork submitted did not substantiate other than her conviction, the exact amount or.
So do we have an exact amount now?
Well, no, Judge, we've got no more discovery. I thought maybe they would come forward with some itemizations. And it's.
All right, so part of y'all plea bargain agreement was the agreement of restitution of 14,000. So that's not a part of the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Judge.
A part of the plea bargaining agreement, Your Honor.
So then why are we having a restitution of $14,000 if you all agree that $14,000 is the amount?
Because you ordered it, Your Honor.
Okay, yes. So what do we have?
Nothing further that was previously tendered for the court. I've been checking discovery on that, kind of thinking. So it may be that your concerns have not changed.
All right, because the police report says she took between $13,000 and $15,000. So are you going to agree that you owe $14,000?
I don't know how much it was.
No. My question is, are you going to agree that you owe $14,000?
Agree.
All right. We're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2023 CR 2580 State versus Desiree Nicole Sariana. Sereni, how do you pronounce it?
Shadiana?
Sariana.
You better-
Could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Andrew Harris Edelman.
defense?
Tom Beck for defendant.
And are you Desiree Sariana?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're back here for restitution because according to the police report, it says that they think she took somewhere between $13,000 and $15,000. So are you in agreement that it was $14,000 defense?
Well, she signed the plea bargain agreement.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Desiree Nicole Shadiana?
All right, according to the plea bargain agreement, you agree that you took $14,000 from the complainants, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so in the police report, this is Walmart, and Walmart says that the defendant admitted to taking somewhere between $13,000 and $15,000 of not placing money in the recycler. So how are you planning on paying this back? Where do you work?
In Amazon?
All right, are you making enough money to pay back $14,000?
Yes, ma'am. The
Probation.
payment,
One person, please.
I'm sorry, what?
in payments? I can do payments?
All right, so here's the thing, you were working at Walmart and according to the police report, you took $14,000 because you needed for bills and housing and insurance. How is that any different working at Amazon? Is Amazon paying you more?
Right now I'm getting paid $19.30 or.
Sorry, what?
Right now they're paying me $19.30 and I'm living with my partner and my partner is the one that's paying the bills.
And so if,
So
all
I can pay the money back for.
right, so if your partner leaves you, will you be able to pay this $14,000?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, people say that because they want probation and then we end up right back here. I'm not going to do what other judges would do. What other judges would do would say they're not accepting this agreement till you pay the $14,000 and they usually would give you a month to come in with $14,000. So do you have a specific amount sort of as a down payment towards paying off the $14,000 that you can pay?
No, ma'am. What do you mean, like a down payment, something to start it off? today?
Yes, like $2,000. Do you have $2,000?
No,
How much money do you have to pay towards this $14,000 restitution today?
right now, nothing.
Why do you have nothing to pay if your partner is paying all the bills? What are you doing with your money?
She's the one that told me that she would pay the bills while I do the monthly payments. The money that I have saved, I've been using to come over here because I live in Amarillo now, so I'm having to drive over here for court.
All right, no gum chewing.
So
All right, so how much does it cost to drive to court from Amarillo?
like $100.
All right, so you've been here to court 2 times. This is your 3rd time.
$100 to come and then $100 to go back.
All right. So that's $600. So what do you have to pay towards this $14,000?
Right now, nothing. I can see what I can come up, like ask family members to help me out for a down payment.
Ms. Abrams, will y'all be able to put her on a schedule where she can pay off $14,000? Are you going to be able to pay $500 a month?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Miss Abrams, In order for her to pay out this $14,000, she needs to pay $500 a month towards restitution. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And we're gonna start her first payment. We'll start it November 1st. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. State, you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court is gonna sentence you to 4 years deferred adjudication. There's to be no contact with Walmart. There's to be $500 per month for restitution. There's a $500 fine that will be probated. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs. Do a transfer to Amarillo. What county is that?
I believe it's Potter.
All right. It'll be transferred to Amarillo. And if they're able to do field visits in Amarillo, it's field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. There's to be 200 hours of community service restitution. She's going to do a theft course. Once you complete the theft course, 100 hours will be deducted. Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
All right. And then she'll have to complete the remaining 100 hours of community service restitution. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, when you come up short on your bills, stealing is not the answer, because then guess what ends up happening? You're still gonna pay that money back. Now you have something on your record that's called a crime of moral turpitude, which is very bad. So if you try to get a job that requires you to have a license, this is gonna pop up on your record and non-disclosures will not help you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
In this court, I require that you report. In order to be successful on probation here, communication is key. So if there's an issue, let your probation officer know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And you need to handle your bills and know that you need to pay $500 a month towards restitution. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.